Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome to our past paper practice session. In last lecture, we have solved or drafted the answer for the question number 2 part A. And now we are going to read and discuss and ultimately draft the answer of the question number 2 part B. So let us read it. It says that the strategies that are adopted following discussions at the next board meeting will be delivered as a project. See, if you remember that in the exhibit 1, the chairman, as the ending note, he said that, gentlemen, that we are now running out of the time and please present your strategies in the next board meeting. And in the next board meeting, it is expected that one of the strategy or maybe multiple in combined basis would be adopted and will be implemented. So he's saying the question is saying that the strategies which will be adopted in a form of project. So if you remember that we have already covered the project management topic. So this question is coming from that area. Be focused. A junior human resource assistant has drafted a job description for a project manager who will be needed to support the project. See, they are looking for the project manager, and the junior assistant from the human resource department has drafted the job description document for the project manager. So if you remember that we have project sponsor, the person who is responsible for the project, who presents the project to the board for the approval and ultimately reports to the board about the progress of the project, about the results of the project, and everything is done by the project sponsor. So, under project sponsor, there is project, right? So, this is basically the hierarchy. So, they are looking for the project. The HR director has asked you to review the draft job description. So, we have to review it, and the requirement is prepare an email for the HR director which critically evaluate the project manager job description that the junior human resource assistant has drafted. Okay, so basically we are required to write the email to the HR director. We have to give the due weightage to the format which is asked. Otherwise, these 4 professional marks you can never achieve these full marks, right? So the professional skill marks are also available for demonstrating the skeptical skills. Obviously, now we are evaluating and we are critically analyzing the job description document, and we are looking for the mistakes which have been made in this project job description document. So we will need a skeptical attitude and the nature to find out where the problem is in the project job description document. In questioning the aspect of the job description, presenting evidence to the challenge in the professional way. You have to be very careful that whenever you are evaluating some sort of document or some sort of working or anything, and if you are raising question on the working or the document or anything, you have to be very professional. You cannot be unprofessional, or I would say very unethical in saying that this is wrong, this is incorrect. No, you have to be professional. You will say that this seems incorrect, this is something which I cannot understand, or do you have further clarification on why this thing has been done or presented in the document or the working. So we will not be adopting the aggressive tone. We will be adopting a cushioning tone with a very formal and a polite manner. So, which exhibit is to be read for this requirement? We all know that is the draft job description. See, the real game is to understand that in which requirement which exhibit will be used. So if you are able to understand this thing, believe me, half of your job is done. You know the industry and the company background, you know the requirement, and you know which exhibit to refer. If these three things you are done with the yet done, now you are only left with one thing, that is to draft the answer, and that would be very easy if you know these three things, because your answer is going to be from these three things. So now let's move forward and go towards the exhibit number 3, that is the draft job description. So let's read it, and while reading it, I want you to be very focused, because I will not be giving the time to think about it, because you know very well about the project management and the hierarchy of it. So while reading with me, I want you to identify the mistakes, right? Job title: the project manager, correct. Reports to chief executive officer. I find it very unreasonable, because the project manager is supposed to report to the project sponsors, and then project sponsor is supposed to report to the director or the chief executive. So this seems unreasonable. Issue number 1. And then we have the job overview. You will be ultimately accountable to the PVS board for the delivery of the project, and you will act as the point of contact between the board and the project team. See, again, this thing is abnormal. See, I'm not saying wrong. I'm saying that for me, it is abnormal. Because as per my experience, as per the practices, as per the what happens in the industry, this seems abnormal. Can you please provide me further clarification as to why we have included it? If you do not have any appropriate justification or the reason, then you should change it. So when you are talking in this tone that this is abnormal, this is unreasonable, this reflect this thing, that either give the justification or change it. So it is deemed or it is understood by the reader that the person is in the, I would say, in a different wording, saying you the same thing, that please either give the justification or change this thing or update this thing. Responsibilities. You will have the responsibility to appoint the project sponsor. See, again, I feel like this is not appropriate. See, again, I am saying that I feel like. I'm not saying the absolute thing that it is not appropriate. I'm saying that I feel like it is not appropriate. Reason being, the project sponsors, it is the higher post, and the project manager, it is subordinate to the project sponsor, and it is the one who will supervise the project on the field, right? But the project sponsors, they will be monitoring the project and its status and its project initiation document, everything from the offices. So how come the project manager can appoint the project sponsors? This is not practically possible. This is not reasonable. So that's the third issue. Develop a detailed project plan. Okay, he can prepare a project plan, then give it to project sponsor. They can review it, make necessary changes, and then give it to board of directors. So this is something which is I would say we can work with it. Then manage projects on day-to-day basis. Okay, that's fine. Project supervisor or the manager, it has this job. Manage cross-functional project teams drawn from across PVS. So he will be managing the cross-functional teams working on the project. All right, it's correct. Nothing wrong in it. Carrying out monitoring and control activities to ensure all projects are delivered on time and budget. See, if you remember that in project management lecture, there were three things on which I was emphasizing very much or significant. These were the project management triangle: time, cost, or you would say budget, or the other thing is, and the other thing is quality. So why we have not included the quality aspect? That why don't we care? Don't we care about the quality thing? We do. So this should be added. So as to my point of view, the issue is that the quality aspect is missing. Okay. Identify and manage risk. All right. Create and maintain project documentation. Obviously, the one who is on the floor will be making the documentation of the activities performed at the project. Skills and experience, you must be able to work on your own. Again, this is something that is abnormal. Why I'm saying that it is abnormal? Because in project there are teams, and these teams work in collaboration with each other, and under each team there are team players. So basically the project or the implementation of the project is based on the team work. It's a team game. So here you are saying that you should be able to work on your own. No. Project manager or the supervisor, he will be getting the job done from the team players. So this is something which is abnormal, and I feel like that it is not appropriate. Because here you are saying that you will be carrying out the control activities. No. If I would go here, there was something which I can use. This point. Manage cross-functional project team and drawn from across PVS. So this is something which is contradictory to it, and this thing is not correct. Meet deadlines. Obviously, we care about the time. Monitor and control budget. Motivate others. All right. So this is correct again, but this thing I feel like this is not correct. So that is our fifth issue. Ideally, you will have 10 years experience in pet vet industry, 5 years of project management experience. Again, this is a judgmental thing, and I'm not going to make a comment on it, because on the face there is no issue in the experience thing, because it's up to the company, and 5 and 10 years you can say are sufficient enough experience. You will be expected to work unpaid overtime, including the evenings and weekends. See, if you are going to recruit a project manager and you are asking him to work on the weekends, evenings, overtime, and that too the unpaid, so there are high chances that you won't be getting, first you won't be getting the project manager easily. Even if you somehow manage to get the project manager, that project manager would not be appropriately qualified, that project manager would not be appropriately experienced, right? So they, because obviously the person who is qualified, who has the experience, why would that person would be working on weekends, on evening? Why would that person be doing unpaid overtime? This is not possible. So again, this is okay. So this is what I have written here, and you can write it down in your answer as well, because this is completely fine. And just you have to make one change, that these terms you can replace it with the actual facts which are presented in the document. Mothers with young children should therefore not apply. So they are saying that overtime, evening working, weekend working, so the mothers with the young children should not apply. Here, can you smell something? Hmm? Yes, there's something which I can smell, and I know that you guys too smell. That this is the discrimination towards a specific gender. So this is again unethical, this is again inappropriate, and should not be done from a professional organization. So this is again an issue. We offer a competitive salary and benefit package. Alright. We particularly welcome application from the candidates who have held similar roles at our competitors. Okay, there is nothing harmful in it, there is nothing wrong in it. And who are able to share details about the competitive advantage of our rival. So this is the issue. We are expecting the person previously working with our competitors, and when he will join us, he will be leaking the competitive advantage to us, our competitor advantage to us. This is again, I would say, this is the unethical thing. It's unethical thing, and it should not be done because um, getting someone's confidential data is unethical without their permission. Obviously, they will not give us the permission to get their competitive advantage, right? And that person, he should also be bound to the high level of ethics that he should not leak any of the information from his previous employer. All right. So, how many issues have we identified? We have identified. Let me highlight them here. Yes, we have highlighted number one, number two, number three, number four, number five. Then we have the issue number six, and then we have the issue number seven and the eight. So we have identified eight issues, right? And if I go up and find out how much marks this question carry, this question carries the 18 marks. So if I divide it by 2, it says me that if I'm going to present 9 good points, do we have any other point? Let me check. Yes, one thing here, they have told us that we need the experience, but they did not tell us what the qualification should be. So the qualification, it is missing, right? So there should be at least a bare minimum of qualification which should be presented or mentioned in the question. So these are the issues. These are mentioned here, and I believe that we all know the format of the email, and I've also provided the videos proper drafted answer of this question. You can find it on my Google Drive where the proper PDF of the drafted answer is presented. So I believe that here we are done with this question, and we don't need to draft it completely because we just need to do what we have to do. We have to use these wording which I have written here, and we will be just saying that this the appointment of the project sponsored by the project manager is seems inappropriate because the project manager is the subordinate of the project sponsor, and project sponsor are the higher authority. So the project sponsor should be appointed by the directors or the CEO. This is simply the when you will just convey your point in a simple wording, whatever the concept you had in our lecture, you just have to deliver these concepts and your answer would be done. So these are the 9 points which are well drafted if will give you the 18 complete marks. So see you in the next lecture. Till then, take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.